Welcome back. Haven't made a video in quite a while. That's because I had a case of the shingles in my right eye, and it's quite a painful experience. I still have the pain in my eye, even though the shingles are starting to clear up, and it feels like somebody's stabbing you in the eye with a dot poker. And it also looks like I've lost a fight with a grizzly bear, full of scarring. But anyway, I've bought myself a couple of threading holders. Now it's internal and external threading bars, and it uses these SNR 11 ER and 11 IR inserts. That's good for up to 1.5 millimeter pitch threads in metric. Now that will serve most of my purposes that I want to use it for in the shop. But only one problem I'm sitting with is I don't have tool holders for them. Now these bars are only 10 millimeters across the two flats. So I need to make myself a couple of quick change tool post holders in order to use these tools here. Okay, this one is square. This is for the outside. So yeah, in order to use them, decided I'm going to use this last piece of thick bar stock that I've a plate to make tool holders. So hopefully I should be able to get 3 tool holders out of it. As you can see, it runs taper, and it's got an odd shape. It's round on the one side, and it's also running taper towards this end. So yeah, it's going to be a massive a cleanup session. So I hope you enjoy. Okay, this end took about 2.8 millimeters to clean up because it's running in a ramp in this direction. It's just part of the odd shape that I needed to clean up. But at least it's square, and this block is extremely magnetic. To give you an idea, it holds a square. So yeah, the chips doesn't want to go anywhere except to cling to this piece of steel. Now the reason why I haven't used my demagnetizer on it yet is because the mass is too big. The magnetic field won't permeate throughout the block, so it won't demagnetize. But once I've chopped it up in smaller pieces, then I'll run it through the demagnetizer. So at the moment, I'll just have to carry on with it as is. Only issue I have with these thin blades is that when you start to cut thick pieces of metal, it tends to wander towards the inside. Now I've set this blade perfectly square, tracking, so when I cut anything else like thin plate, it will cut square. But as soon as you put a thicker blade in, or a piece of stock in here, and this blade heats up, it tends to bend inwards up to the point where it breaks the blade. The reason why this is doing it, I'm not exactly sure. Maybe it's a tip which is heating up too much and causes the blade to warp. That's an issue that I've been having with this blade. There are some blades that are not giving me this hassle, but yeah, the supplier doesn't always keep the same type of blade or same manufacturer of blade in stock, so I'll just have to use what I've got. Okay, I don't know how well you will be able to see it. On this end, you'll see little divots there. Now, that's the nature of this metal. It's like brass, it tends to grab your cutters. And these divots here is where the cutter was grabbed and it was pulled inwards. Now, if you look at the arm of the mill, in order for it to go down, it has to, or to go to, if the cutter deflects to the left, it will automatically pull the cutter down, and that's where the divots is coming from. Now I'm taking very light cuts on it, and it still grabs it. Now on this end, when you're milling, the cutter one is deflect towards the right, and for the cutter to move to the right, it has to lift. Now on this end, you'll see there's not much in terms of divots because the cutter is lifting up. I've watched this end mill, and you can physically see how it deflects in this channel as you cut, and it's moving into the cut even though it's a conventional cut. So yeah, this is a very tricky steel to work with, this TH400, and it's a type of wear plate. You can put it on a belt sander and have it sand all day and it's doing nothing to it. You'll just mess up your Inox sanding belts. So yeah, I've broken already 3 of my end mills on the steel because of this grabbing. So yeah, and I need to use the dovetail cutter to cut the dovetail, and that is making me very nervous knowing the nature of the steel. So yeah, let's see what happens. Everything on the dovetail was going perfectly. First 3 passes went done very smooth. The 4th pass, I got halfway, and then the dovetail cutter lost his head. As you can see, it's gone. Now what happened here was it got dull, and because of the power feed and it getting dull halfway, it broke the head off because it couldn't handle the pressure anymore, because it wasn't cutting but it was deflecting. So yeah, now I'm stuck, so I'm gonna have to end this project here and wait for new dovetail cutters to arrive. I've ordered myself a little bit bigger dovetail cutter than this one. So in future, if I need to do deeper dovetails, then at least I'll have a cutter for that. So yeah, not everything is smooth sailing. You have to break some tools sometime. Now this piece of steel has cost me 3 carbide end mills already. I don't even try to use high-speed steel on it because I know it's gonna break. And even this being high-speed steel didn't last very long. So I might decide on using a EN8 rather than this steel. So I'm just waiting for pricing and availability of stock and then see what I'm gonna do about it. Alright, until next time. Cheers.